Hey, Radio Bypass, and our ongoing commitment to talk with the people making all this great music we play on our weekly music show. Today, we are joined by two guys with new music out, Phil X and Kurt Deimer. And Kurt, it's actually your album that is out, and Phil, you're playing guitar on it, and maybe you've done some more. I've been reading up on you, Kurt. You were new to me. I just learned about you recently.
Thank you.
Did play your track last week on last Saturday's show, which was great. And you've got a new single coming out tomorrow, Hero, which will actually be today when we put this interview out online Friday morning. So looking forward to hearing that one too. I did actually get a sneak peek at the video. It looks cool. Sounds good. So what I'd like to do is have you introduce yourself a little bit. Tell us about Kurt Deimer. How did you and Phil get together? Tell us what you got going on.
Well, first, I'm Kurt Deimer, just so you know.
Deimer. I thought it was Deimer. I'm sorry.
No, hey, I've gotten that my whole life because that's the way it looks like when it's spelled. But yeah, no, Kurt Deimer. We're put our debut album out in November. Work Hard, Rock Hard of last year, and we've been touring in support of that. How Phil and I got together was through our producer, Chris Lord-Alge. I had taken a demo out to LA with me to try to make it into the music business after recording stuff in the Midwest. And one of my old managers got me an opportunity to have Chris Lord-Alge take a look at it, which I didn't think would happen in the first place. But he did, and he liked my vibe, my style, the way he wants me to stay true to myself and not try to be somebody I'm not, because I'm unique and different that way. And some of the demo stuff that we had brought out to California that I did included a cover called Have a Cigar by Pink Floyd, which I wasn't really sure I wanted to do. But Chris said, hey, let me show you what I can do with this song with your voice. And because every cover that we do, Chris and Phil and I, we honor and respect the original artist, but then we interpret it into our own way in our own presentation. So Chris, I said, go ahead, let's see, maybe I'll like it. And I got back the original recording, and it was this guitar player on there, and he wouldn't tell me who it was. It just blew my mind, and I you know how you get the cold chills or whatever, the shivers, and
sure.
I'm like, man, that is incredible. And I finally got him to tell me it was Phil X. And a couple months later, we met Phil and I for the first time shooting the actual video that's on YouTube for Have a Cigar. And we've been friends ever since and creating ever since. And it's like I met my brother I never knew I had until this time in my life. And it's a real blessing to have Phil in the band, let alone as a friend now and everything.
Sure. Well, that's awesome. So Phil, obviously you have no shortage of things to do with your band, Phil X and the Drills, Bon Jovi. So you must have seen something in Kurt that made you want to take time to work with him.
Well, yeah, it was something I'd never done before. He has such a unique voice. And then when Chris sent me the recordings, I was like, wow, this could be a really cool thing. And of course, like you said, I work on a lot of stuff. And when I knew a lot of sessions as well. So I usually just lay down guitars and stuff and I walk away, leave it up to the live players to do the live thing. But then Kurt asked me to write, and he sent me some lyrics, and I put some music to the lyrics, and some of those songs came out like so incredible, which it raised the level of passion for me, you know. And then I had more invested, so to speak. And then when he asked me to tour, I was like, yeah, I don't know. But then we went back and forth, and I'm like, I don't want anybody to misrepresent this, so I guess I have to be the guitar player.
Right.
And then it came out like, we put the band together, and we love our band. Michael and I go way back. He's another amazing guitar player from Toronto. Did I just call myself amazing? Anyways, he's another killer guitar player.
Well, you also talk about yourself in the third person. So,
all the time, man. It's like, Hey man, that ain't no Phil X. So and Michael's also an amazing singer too. So bringing him on board was a no-brainer for me. And then we got Dango on drums and Christian on bass, and we go out and we represent the music, and Kurt in front. Just it all just comes together, and we support him, and we got his back in life too. So it's kind of a gang, if you will.
Right. That's great. Yeah. And I too, Kurt, when I heard the music for the first time, I thought you do have a very unique interpretation of the music. I like your style. I saw something different in it too. And the song that we did feature last week on the show is you're joined by Jeff Tate on that song. How did you two connect? Was that through live dates or?
Well, yeah, once we Phil and Chris and I all got together and got on a roll after the last tour that I did. I got some new management that took a chance on me, Andy Gould and Paul Gargano. And Andy was the one who helped build Rob Zombie to what he is from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul, he manages other bands as well. So they kind of, I knew I was getting Andy as a manager. I didn't know Paul was coming on as like a co-manager. So that when they started rebranding me, because I came out under a different name to California, they said, we just want you to go under your name now. And Paul was a big Queensryche fan. And we had this REP ready to go. We had picked the songs from all the ones that we've done, which we have so many in the bank right now. And said, let's have a meeting with Jeff Tate. And he's friends with the Tates. And he had them fly down to LA, and we had dinner, and we decided that we were going to go on tour and be direct support for Jeff, which was surreal in itself, just even getting the opportunity to be, that's our first tour that we've been on as a band, direct support. And then we agreed to shoot the music video, and they let me pick which song I thought would be best to represent Jeff on with me. And I thought Burn Together would be very appropriate because of the style of it and how you can kind of show my new sound, my unique voice versus Jeff and his iconic operatic voice. And I thought Burn Together would be very fitting for that. And you see the finished product in the video and the song, and I think it's just phenomenal. So
it is. Yeah, you complement each other very well in that song.
Thank you.
No question about it. And speaking of touring, you guys are hitting the road or soon, right? The tour starts. You're going out with Yngwie, or are you already out?
We're on it. Yeah.
It already began. Okay. I knew it was this month, but that you were starting out. You're going to be doing in my old hometown, the Chicago area. You're going to be at the Arcada Theater in St. Charles. So Chicago listeners, you can go check these guys out with Yngwie, May 12th at the Arcada. And then you're going to be just south of Chicago the next day, May 13th in Hobart, Indiana. And I guess you guys are also going to be spending a little bit of time at my friend Tom Lounge's record bin, huh?
Yes. Yeah.
I haven't heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah. He wanted us to come in, and we're happy to do that. We're working out the final details right now, and Phil X and I will be there to meet and greet whoever would like to come by, and we look forward to meeting everybody. So
that's awesome. And then closer to where I now live in Reno, Nevada, you will be at the Virginia Street Brew House on May 18th.
Correct. Yep.
And you got a bunch of other dates too.
Yeah.
What's
yeah,
that?
we got and then we'll head into California and down into Arizona. It's all at kurtdeimer.com. And you can see all the different tour dates. But it'll be our second time in Reno at that venue, and our second time at the Arcada on our first two tours. We played both. So I'm looking forward to being back at both venues.
Yeah. I haven't been to the place in Reno yet, but I've been to the Arcada a lot. I know Ron Arnesti there does a real nice job with that place. So that's cool.
It's a beautiful theater.
So tell us about the single releasing. Tell us about Hero. What was the inspiration behind that song?
Well, Hero, I'm a very giving person. I like to help other people in all walks of life. I believe that a lot of that is missing in today's society. And I wanted to write a song about not the obvious heroes. You know how a lot of people I like to call it kind of false heroes now, celebrities and stuff like that. They're not the real heroes. That mean they can be in their own way to you, but there's everyday heroes, and the people that right now I'm looking across the street, something could happen right there. Somebody could get hit in a car, and a hero is somebody who stops what they're doing and stops their day to help that other fellow human being who's in a crisis right now, or the frontline workers during the pandemic, or the first responders who we take for granted, the military, our veterans, so we can live in this free country. They're all heroes, and your neighbor could be a hero. And that's what we're trying to convey. So I wrote these literal lyrics, and I sent them to my brother Phil X here, and he had this hook, and I don't even know how he came up with it, because it's just awesome. And he took the lyrics like we always do. I send the lyrics, give him a vibe, and Phil put the music to it. Chris Lord Algie sprinkled all his producer magic dust on it, and I think we've got a very good presentation of what we're trying to give to the world. And we played it the last 2 nights in our set, and we've really gotten a huge response. So
excellent. It's great.
It's been great live. It really comes across.
That's cool. Yeah, like I said, I did get a chance to peek at the video today, snuck it in ahead of tomorrow. And yeah, it looks cool. It's a great song. I love it.
I like I'm freezing. Were you gonna freezing?
You're freezing? Is that what you said? Or we're freezing?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I don't know. You guys keep freezing on me. I don't know if you're freezing to each other, but
no, so far you guys have been coming in clear on my side.
I haven't had any freezes.
Yeah, you got a little bit of latency on yours, Kurt, but not too bad. And you seem very clear on this side. So it must be something going on where you are, Phil, with receiving our side.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're okay.
Yeah, it's just been when we play, I just feel like everything comes across. You know, Kurt has a message, and Hero just was the cherry on top. You know, we added that, and you know, you hear him say this is dedicated to first responders, and I heard a woman the other night go, "That's me," so in the front row. So that was pretty amazing.
That is. Yeah, I'm sure it's touching a lot of people's hearts. I would imagine.
Well, that's what we're hoping with the release tomorrow. You know, it touches people. They share it all around the world, and we can present it all around the world. That's why we do what we do. So, and hopefully make a difference in somebody's life. So,
yep, music definitely does that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, just everything about what I've heard so far from you has just been really, really good. And I think you two do definitely make a good team, it sounds like, because the music shows it, you know.
Thank you very much, Ralph.
Yeah, no problem. So, all right. So we're out with Yngwie, and then what else should we know? I mean, what else you got? You got more stuff, I'm sure, in the fire.
Yeah, we've got, our Work Hard, Rock Hard EP's out. It's been out. It's streaming everywhere. We've got hard copies on the website and on tour with us of CDs. And then we're going to be putting out our big single, Hero, tomorrow on May 6th. And then we've got another single that we're going to release on Father's Day called My Dad. That is a phenomenal song that I think it's very appropriate. It's coming out on the heels of Hero, because my dad's my hero, and I wrote this song for my dad who passed in 2016.
Sorry.
So I think it's going to resonate with a lot of people, because we all have fathers, we all have mothers, and we all have loved ones that we've lost. So that's pretty much the gist of that song, and it's just an amazing arrangement that Phil and Chris put together on it. And then we have another EP coming out on the heels of that in August, kind of spacing them out a little, another 6-song EP to follow up from our debut, which I think is going to let everybody see that we are just continuing to write some kick-ass rock tunes and experimenting and doing different things, even more than what we did on the first one, to show our versatility and that we're truly trying to create epic tunes for the fans to listen to. So those will be coming out. We hope to keep touring. My management's working on that, and I'll hope to shoot a movie called Scared to Death over the winter. And I've got my other movie, Hellbilly Hollow, coming out that franchise I own that hopefully will come out this fall. So a lot
Yes,
on
yeah.
our plate.
I wanted to ask you about that movie because I saw that in the information that was sent about you. I was like, I didn't want to ask you about that. So that's another passion of yours, obviously.
Yeah, that's kind of why I got back into I unsuppressed my creative side, being a businessman all these years before. And I went down to do a cameo in Trading Paint with John Travolta. And I was just supposed to be there presenting a check in the movie. They had my oil brand featured in the movie, and they offered me a speaking role when I was there on the spot and said, we need a track announcer for the big finale at the end to interview the winner of the race, which was Toby Sebastian from Game of Thrones. And Shania Twain's there. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I think this might be a sign. What are the lines? I learned the lines. An hour later, I've got people all around me, lights, camera, action. John Travolta planning out the scene with me, and what a nice guy he was. And I said, this might be the sign to get back into this. And then I got in Halloween 2 months later, and that one was the blockbuster. I got killed by Michael Myers and was on the red carpet that October. I'm like, oh my God, what is happening to me? And then my original writing partner, Ben Trexel out of Alabama, because I was working on some other smaller film projects once people had started seeing my acting skills. And he had some songs. I said, well, let me try some of my vocals on there. You kind of sound like a wedding singer. And he agreed. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm like. And I put first time I got back in front of a mic since I was probably 20. And the rest is history. We kept writing. I keep doing films. And I just love being a front man of a band. It's something I've always wanted to do. And I've always wanted to write and present, my art to people in the way that it comes from me. I'm an original artist, and that's, I think, the way it comes across to everybody. They see that we're unique.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a hard, long path. Not long, I guess, because a lot of people say I've done it very quickly, but it's a grind, and I'm very blessed to have the team I do around me now, and to have Phil X creating with me and Chris Lord Algae, and it's just, but it didn't come easy. You had to earn it.
Absolutely. So. Absolutely. And I'm sure you had the same, Phil, earlier in your career, right? I mean, probably took you a while to get to where you're at.
Well, I mean, everybody wants it to happen sooner, and they want to know the secret ingredient to the shortcut, so to speak. It just seemed like, I mean, I was doing a lot of session stuff in LA before I got the Bon Jovi thing. So I was busy and making a good living and stuff, but then the Bon Jovi thing just took it over the top.
Right.
And that was in my mid 40s. So, right. It's kind of a, you take what you can get, but it's great when it works out so well, mm-hmm. And I'm really grateful for everything that's happening in my life musically. And this is a big part of it. So I'm happy to be here.
And you went to LA after Triumph? Like, was it in the 90s that you started working in LA?
Yeah, there was a little window there. Yeah, there was that. Triumph was like 93, and I went to LA in 97, and 99 was when everything started rolling. Like started with recording with Tommy Lee, and then Rob Zombie, and then Alice Cooper, and hit the pop avenue of Kelly Clarkson and Daughtry, and then Chris Cornell. There's a lot of stuff, but It's like a lot of, I find myself a chameleon when it comes to getting into studio work, but obviously you have your favorites too. Mm-hmm. So hearing something like Kurt's stuff come down the pipeline was like, wow, this is something that could be really, really cool. And mm-hmm. And it's different, there's so many things that you do that's just another, this is just like the last one. I can never say that about our music.
Right. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, but I thought it was in the 90s because it just proves, just like you said, Kurt, too, there is no overnight instant success. It takes perseverance and time.
Yeah, and you've got to, you've got to take a lot of no's, and you've got to take a lot of, well, we'll see. It's just like starting a business. No bank wants to work with you until you prove you can make money. Then they'll give you a line of credit.
Right.
Same principle is going on in the music business, but it goes on like that anywhere. You got to improve yourself and have the fortitude to take the punches and the negativity and just keep fighting through it, which is what, I've been able to do my whole life, luckily. So I just don't let people, you tell me no, I want it even more,
Mhm.
So.
Yeah, that's your fire right there. Say no, and you're fired up.
Say no, and here we go.
That's right. Okay, I like it. All right, so Kurt Deimer, not Deimer, as I mistakenly said last week. Kurt Deimer, new video, new song "Hero," dropping essentially today when this interview is out. And again, a reminder: Arcada Theater for all my Chicago folks, May 12th. May 13th, Hobart, Indiana, at the Hobart Art Theater. And then for my friends here in Sacramento, Virginia Street Brewhouse, Reno, Nevada, May 18th, all important dates. And like I say, the new video Hero. And then we will, I'll put a link up to that video tomorrow morning. And then I will include that song on this Saturday's music episode. Every Saturday is when I record the new music episode. So we will include that, and we'll look forward to a lot more music to come from your partnership. And anything else coming from the Drills anytime soon, Phil?
Yeah, we have a new single coming out. We don't have a date yet, but it's a song. It's called "Fake the Day Away," and we have Tommy Lee on drums. We recorded it a few years ago, and that'll be kicking. And then we'll also doing a tour in the UK in October with Skid Row.
Nice.
So that should be a lot of fun.
Awesome. All right, so there you go. Lots of new music to come from Kurt and Phil, and then also maybe some new Drills this year. Hopefully, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll just keep writing.
That's great. Well, I'll look forward to August. You said you're going to release the next EP, so I'll look forward to that too. I'm still digesting the current one.
It's funny because we kept writing, even though that EP came out. We just kept writing, and then we had an explosion of goodness in January. So we're excited to share those tunes.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
They're wicked.
It's great.
So, well, we appreciate you, Ralph, and who promote us and spread the word for us. Is without you, people like yourself, nobody would get to hear what we're all about here. Music.
Well, that's why I started doing this, because I see how hard it is today. Everything's so fragmented. There's just too many channels, really, and so that's kind of what I used to be in radio back in Chicago a long time ago, and got out of that for a while. But my passion for music never stopped, and most of my friends, close friends, are musicians, out there grinding just like you guys are doing right now, right? And so I started thinking, how can we get like the radio used to be, where you would hear new music from new bands? That's how you discovered Rush or Triumph or whatever back in the day. And now it's so fragmented. So that's where I decided to do this podcast a few years ago to promote new music, new musicians, new pairings of people, and then also new music from the legacy artists, because radio won't support new music from legacy artists either very often. And so that's why I built this upon. And
thanks for caring.
What's that? You did break up there, Phil.
Thanks for caring.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. And so luckily, people have responded to this, the saying that everybody has to be a cover band or whatever. Nobody cares about new music. Not true. I'm finding there's lots and lots of people that are interested in it.
It's not,
you got a rough
speaking
connection.
Of fragmented, I'm fragmented.
All right. Well, it's a good time to end the interview. Thank you, guys. Good luck on this tour. And hopefully I'll get to catch you live.
You too, man. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Take care, guys. All right. Bye-bye.
Have a great day, Ralph. Thanks.
You too, guys.
You too, man. Thanks a lot.